Hi, and welcome everybody to another edition of the Winner's Circle Sports Betting Podcast. I'm Ross Benjamin of RBWins.com. It's Friday, April the 1st, and tomorrow will be the Final Four. And we got two selections in the Final Four for you today on today's program. As always, on a Friday, I'm joined by Mr. Chip Chirimbus of ChipWins.com. Chipper, how are you, buddy?
I'm wonderful as long as this NCAA can extend the tournament. We've been doing just great. Only a week to go, a weekend, and then we're done. And that's kind of sad after the way we've been going of late. But the tournament's been great. And, Ross, we discussed this earlier that we thought this tournament was wide open because there was no dominating team out there. And then look who we have in the Final Four.
I know.
Four of the most traditional teams to make it: Duke, North Carolina, Kansas, and Villanova, who's been to the Final Four 3 times in the last 6 years. So, is that really back to the old when we thought we had a new regime coming in, a new era of players playing everywhere else? It's all the same now.
Yeah, it's the way the tournament was going with all the upsets and number one seeds going down. And lo and behold, we got 4 blue bloods remaining. And the only unique aspect of this Final Four is the fact that Duke and North Carolina will face off for the first time ever in the NCAA tournament. And how ironic, Chip, with Coach K's last season, first time they've ever faced North Carolina in the NCAA tournament, and it comes in the Final Four to boot.
And, 258 meetings, that really is an anomaly, I would say. And the fact that, they're probably bracketed in other sides of the country because they were always ranked in the probably number 1 seeds or close to it. So, it just happenstance the way it turned out, but it's really great for this year's college basketball with Coach K leaving after this season, with him losing his last home game to North Carolina. It sets up a lot of storylines here.
Yeah, as highly rated as these teams have been on an annual basis, meaning Duke and North Carolina, of course they had some off years along the way. But your point's well taken, because I would find it hard to believe, and I don't have the factual evidence for that. I'd have to look it up, but I don't think they've ever been in the same region. And the only way they were going to face each other in the NCAA tournament is by reaching the Final Four. And lo and behold, here we have it. So anyway, Chipper, we need to do a little promo for our channel. Those of you who have not subscribed, folks, I don't know what you're waiting for. It costs you absolutely nothing. There's no strings attached. And over the last 28 videos, we've gone 38 and 19, folks. That's 67%. If you were with me yesterday, we went 3-0. NBA winners on the Detroit Pistons plus the 9.5 outright. We also had the Chicago Bulls and the Milwaukee Bucks. So just rolling along here. All you need, click that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. And anytime we publish any of these sports betting videos on this channel, you'll be notified immediately upon us doing so. Those of you who have subscribed, thank you very much. We have over 7,300 subscribers now, and can't tell you how much that's appreciated. But some of you out there are subscribers, but have not hit the notification bell within your YouTube account. So take a second to do that so you'll get notified, and you don't have to keep coming back here to see when is the video going to be up, because we're going 5 days a week now, folks. So anyway, Chipper, you got a free pick in the NCAA tournament Final Four for tomorrow in the Villanova and Kansas game. Take it away, my friend.
I love the matchup to start with Villanova coming in here as an underdog. They've lost their top player. Well, not their top player, but as their coach, Jay Wright, said, their most valuable player. He logged the most minutes per game as anybody on that team, 34.5. And I don't think it's the 14.5 points that they're looking to make up for. It's those minutes. They're getting his type of play out of the reserves out there. But, this is one of the best coach teams in the nation, Ross, and Jay Wright's done an incredible job. And the odds maker has not changed the line on this game, even though he found out that with Justin Moore is out with an Achilles injury. They didn't move it. So they have a lot of respect for Villanova's depth, and I think particularly for Jay Wright's coaching. So I like this Villanova team here. They're listen to this. They're an amazing what is it, 26-1 in their last 27 NCAA games. That's over 75%. And offensively, they make their free throws down the stretch. Even though they're shooting and led the nation, Ross, at over 80%. But not all that doesn't always transform at the end of the game when the pressure's on. But this Wildcat team just seems to knock them down whenever it is. They're a veteran team. I think that they're going to win this game out there. Be happy to take 4.5 points. Kansas is Kansas. I mean, we've had Villanova win in 2016, 2018. Remy Martin, I thought was a drink. I didn't know he's playing as an MVP in these tournaments, but we're going to go against them. We're going to play Villanova. I like them outright. I really do, but I'll take the points always.
So Villanova plus the 4, is it over?
It's 4 and 4.5. I've seen it different things.
Okay, so we'll give you the benefit of the doubt because we graded at the time of our video. So it's plus 4.5.
I think it'll go up, Ross.
Yeah, it may. So keep that in mind, folks. That's another way we grade our plays here. We grade them at the time we release them on our videos, whatever that line is at the time. Now, sometimes that works for us and sometimes it works against us, but that's the only fair way to do things. So keep that in mind. Depending on when you view the video, these lines are subject to change. And, you mentioned Villanova's free throw shooting. I believe they're on the cusp of setting a season record. Harvard was the previous season record at 82.3%. Villanova's a shade above that right now, Chip. So we'll see how they do in the Final Four here. They can end up setting a record in that regard for highest field goal or free throw percentage through the course of a season. Go ahead, Chip.
There's more pressure in these games. We know that, and usually the percentages drop in these type of games, but this team's been so consistent all year. And I really think it has to do with their overall team confidence and confidence they have in their coaching as well. I've mentioned it a number of times. I just think this Jay Wright is the difference here.
Yeah. And I think Connor Gillespie, I said this before and I'll say it again, is the best point guard in the nation. He personifies leadership. He's great with the basketball. He lets the game come to him. He doesn't force things. He could post up smaller guards down low. He could hit the three, and he's just a general on the floor. So I think he is your X factor in this Final Four in terms of Villanova's chances. I'm going to look at the other game, North Carolina and Duke. Right now, Duke is a 4-point favorite. I'm going to keep this simple. Look at the last time these teams met, North Carolina won by 13 at Duke. It was Coach K's last home game ever. And big time revenge here. And I think Duke's going to be up to the task in this situation. When you look at that last game, the stats were even. Shooting percentage, 3-point percentage, rebounding. But the difference in that game is North Carolina got to the free throw line 22 times while Duke only got there 8. And North Carolina is not much behind Villanova when it comes to team free throw shooting percentage. They're somewhere around 78%. Villanova's in a class by themselves in that regard. But so I don't anticipate that free throw disparity difference we saw in that game coming into play in this one. Also the fact, North Carolina did out-rebound Duke in that game by 3, but the game before they played at North Carolina, Duke held a double-digit advantage in the rebounding margin. So I don't think either team, in my opinion, will have a distinct advantage in that regard. North Carolina, in their last 2 wins, have shot the ball poorly, in my opinion, only 41%, but they were able to dominate on the glass and get a lot of second chance opportunities offensively, and that just wears defenses down. That's not going to happen against Duke. And also, Duke has shot the ball 51% or better in all 4 of their NCAA tournament games. And North Carolina's played great defense in the NCAA tournament, but I think this will be another factor where Duke, they're going to see the best shooting team they've seen thus far in the NCAA tournament, obviously. So I'm going to go with Duke here. I'm going to lay the points. I think there might be a little bit of destiny here for Coach K, but I'm not going to go that far. I'm just going to say I like them in this spot in the semifinal at -4. to knock off North Carolina. And Chipper likes Villanova plus the 4.5 over Kansas. Chipper, tell them where they could find you, how you've been doing of late. I know that your college basketball Megabucks plays,
Yep.
which a lot of people deem as their best bets, but he has that trademark, Megabucks. Tell them how you're doing with those, Chip.
All right, thank you, Ross. Last weekend, I swept the Megabuck board. And right now, after the NIT winner the other night with Xavier, we're up to 39 wins in our last 57 releases. That's 58 releases, 19 losses. That's 68%, Ross. Just one strong play a day. I'm going to have a big game Saturday, and of course, Monday night in the championship game. So go to chipwins.com. Very easy. Follow the buy link and get the game. I'm only posting the one A play each and every day. So if you go to the A play or chipwins.com, you got the same answer and the same winner.
So the A play and the Megabucks play are one and the same, correct?
Anonymous, yes, yes.
Okay, so I know a long time ago you used to use the A play.
Right.
Now you turned it into a website URL, and his trademark over the last 20 years or so, Chip, with the
Yes.
Megabucks plays.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. When we were doing all the shows, so it was always a Megabuck winner.
All right, so you can find me at rbwins.com. And by going there, you'll see my latest streaks right on the front page. I'll have a 10-star top play going on the total in the Duke and North Carolina game tomorrow. And I'll also have a 5-star winning side on the Villanova Kansas game. You can get it right at rbwins.com. And folks, don't forget, baseball right around the corner. And last year, since April 21st of last year, my Megabucks plays are my 10-star top plays, meaning correlation between me
Right.
and Chip. And I finished the year from April 21st on 39-19 with those plays. And folks, I don't give you a favorite of more than 135, mostly small favorites, underdogs, and totals. And then also, speaking of money line plays, my Major League Baseball money line 10-star top plays since the end of 2019. How about 50-22? Good for 69%, folks. So you want to zero in on those plays. I'm looking forward to a huge April, and can't wait for baseball season to start as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, Chipper, until the next time, for Chip Chirimbus and Ross Benjamin, I like to wish each and every one of you all the very best. Take care and God bless, folks.